I'm Yvonne Parish. I'm the Development Manager for the Public Service Promise in Hackney.
I'm Ruth Garland, Communications Advisor for Hackney Council's Partnerships Directorate.
We're here to talk about the Public Service Promise.
So Yvonne, the first question is, what is the Public Service Promise?
The Public Service Promise is a programme of work in which the partners in Hackney are working together for a better Hackney.
And who are the partners?
The partners are Hackney Council, Hackney Homes, the Learning Trust, Metropolitan Police here in Hackney, the Job Centre, our Teaching University Hospital at Homerton, the City and Hackney PCT, Hackney Community College and the voluntary sector.
That's a lot of partners, so how are they working together and what sort of vision have they got together?
Well, the vision that they share is a commitment to building services organised for the convenience of local people. And how they're going to achieve that is by planning together to make better use of public buildings. Services will be grouped together according to the needs of the customer, wherever possible on good communications links, close to town centres and close to bus stops and where there's access for disabled parking. Shared use of buildings will bring staff together from different agencies to meet the needs of customers in an integrated way. Organisational boundaries will not be allowed to get in the way of good customer care.
I was obviously expecting a lot of change among the partners, but what is bringing about the change?
Well, there are two things really. There's the Audit Commission's performance assessment, the new comprehensive area assessment that's coming in, but it's Hackney's ambition as well. Hackney has, as part of its local area agreement, come up with a performance indicator which it's going to be measuring each of the partners on, which is on how effective they are at signposting to each other's services.
So presumably you've found out a bit about what customers want, and can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, we've done some research into what the needs are of our clients here in Hackney, and I'm particularly looking at the socio-economic profile. And what we've discovered is that there is going to be an ongoing need for face-to-face services in the borough. We know that a significant proportion of our residents, in fact nearly 47% of them, could be described as struggling families. These are families from white and ethnic minority backgrounds, and they live either in social housing or private rented accommodation. And they may suffer from uncertain employment or receive low or modest incomes, and unemployment is a significant issue for them. And they often need services clustered together, because as a struggling family they access a number of services which could include housing or state benefits, children's services, housing advice, health advice, access to police to report crime or to report racial harassment, and community support and access to employment.
I understand that partners are signing up to something called Customer Service Pledge. Can you tell us a bit about what that involves?
Yeah, the partners are working together, and the pledge has two focus really. There's an internal pledge, which means that the partners are going to work much closer together and learn from each other. And the council is leading on a customer care forum, which meets every 3 months. And the forum really provides an opportunity to share good practice and to support the progress of the customer care pledge. It will monitor the local performance indicator to see how effective we all are as partners at signposting to each other's services. But also we're doing shared customer care training for our frontline staff. To date we've had 90 staff from 11 partner organisations take part in the workshops, and they've been really well received. We've got more workshops planned for the near future.
And part of that is that people are signing up for the No Wrong Door pledge.
Yeah.
What does that involve?
Well, the external part of the customer service pledge is really the experience that the customer will have. And what this means, in effect, is a signposting service, so that no matter which door you go through in terms of the public or voluntary sector, when you first walk through that door and ask for a service, the person who deals with your inquiry will endeavour to do their best to signpost you to the correct service. So if you have come through the wrong door, they'll put you in touch with the service that can help you. And they'll do that either by giving you access to a website, so either they will use the web to find the information for you, or in some of our buildings we have public access terminals, and those can be used. In some of our buildings we have access to free telephone calls, so that you can make a local call to make an appointment or to check out some information with a local provider. And also we have up-to-date information about those providers in our reception points. We've also just introduced a map of the borough that's available at all the reception points, and that map shows all the bus routes and all the train routes, and the 50 most accessed public buildings in the borough, so things like libraries, children's centres, job centres, police stations and council offices, so that we help people find the services that they need to use.
So what difference do you think it's going to make to people?
Well, I think it will enable people to find the services they need, and hopefully avoid frustration of referral fatigue, where they're constantly sent round but never find the right place that can provide their services for them.
And will it have implications for how public buildings are used in the borough?
Yes, in the long term we want to make much better use of our public buildings, and to support that we've done a research project. Each of the partners that have signed up, and there are 10 of them, we've done a project to look at what's their asset management plans, their estate management plans and their capital programs, but also looking what service development plans they have and what customer insight they have. And from that we can look at how buildings could be used in the future. Behind the town hall we have a new customer service centre being built, and the ambition is that that will be a service centre where all the council services will be delivered, but where partner services can be clustered as well.
So what does the report recommend?
Well, the report recommends that we're clear about leadership and governance, so we need a clear leadership and governance from the top, and that clearly is available in Hackney with a strong local strategic partnership. But each partner needs to identify resources and to develop a detailed business case for how they're going to share those buildings in the future. But one thing we clearly still need to do is to go out to do some public consultation and to talk to our communities and see if the plans that we have in mind are suited to them and their aspirations for joint up services.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.